Okay, welcome. My name is Jason Soper. I will be your professor this semester for real estate law or the law of real property. Course number is LS 4173. This is an online course, and as such, I thought it would be nice to do this introduction so that you could get to know a little about me. And hopefully, as the semester progresses, I will get to know a little bit about you. So I'm going to try to share my screen here. Bear with me. We'll get started kind of walking through what we're going to do. Okay, this is your textbook, Real Estate Law, 12th edition by Mary Ann Jennings. Okay. There's a lot of information about the course in your syllabus. The syllabus is the go-to document for the semester. It's important that you read every page. We will be not in person, okay, as it's online. And so all questions, since we can't regularly speak to one another, all questions will be answered, in the syllabus, basically. That's your first stop. If you have any questions, any concerns, any confusion about anything, always check the syllabus. Syllabus contains dates things are due, what's expected of you in the course, and how we will navigate the next 16 weeks together during the semester. I am an adjunct professor. I actually work in downtown Oklahoma City. This is my office. And so I don't keep regular office hours. You can always reach me via email. My email is all over D2L. It's jsoper@uco.edu. You can find it in the syllabus, all over D2L. You can email me anytime. I will do my best to answer you within 24 hours. That's my standard policy. Weekends, maybe give me a little bit more time if I'm out, but if I'm around, I will answer within 24 hours. Okay. Okay, so you're taking this class. It's a senior level course. It has a particular it has a focus on real estate, right? And so what does that mean? Well, let's go back, sorry, to what it means, what my expectations are for you as a senior level class. And this is, even though it's online, it is a loss expected to you. You are about to graduate. You've had 3 years of school under your belt already, at least. And you're expected to, turn in correctly spelled papers, correctly grammar check papers. Your writing, I want it to reflect your beliefs, your thoughts, what you've learned. I want you to make sound arguments, intellectual arguments, because we're in school, and I want to get a gauge knowing that you have actually read and learned the material presented to you in this course. Again, go through the syllabus since we can't meet one-on-one. Tons of detailed information, and if you did have questions about anything, please call me. Let's go through now. You should be able to see on my shared screen, what's expected to you as far as grade assignments, or what's expected of you, I should say. Sorry. It's kind of funny. I'm in downtown Oklahoma City, and the heater is not working in my office, and it's quite cold. So I'm trying to get used to it. Sorry. Anyway, we're going to have, the way this breaks down is we have 16 weeks of school, right? And so we're basically going to have assignments due each week. And so, to that end, you're going to have 15 quizzes, basically one each week. The quizzes worth 10 points each. You'll also have a weekly group discussion with your fellow classmates. Also 10 points each, okay? Those two are each worth 150 points, or 300 combined. Homework, 15, assignments of homework, one each week, basically. Also worth 10 points, okay? So that's the bulk of your work. Quizzes, group discussions, and homework are all equally weighted at 10 points each, 15 for the semester. So it's 450 points so far. And then you get a research paper, which is worth 100 points. And then we'll have examinations. You have 3 regular examinations, basically 1 a month. Okay. Um, those should last about an hour long. They're 150 points each. They're broken down into 2 parts, an essay component, which you have a week to do. And then you have a 50-minute multiple choice exam, okay, which we will schedule that you can take via D2L. You also have a final examination, a comprehensive final, which is worth 200 points, okay? And it is 100 minutes long. So twice the duration of a regular exam, but that is your exam. That's all the course points this semester, and that's what we will be working towards as we go through the semester. Okay, let's see what the next slide is. Oh, okay. So here's first assignment. It's pretty basic, right? Like I said, being this is an online course, we need to get to know each other the best we can. And so to start that process, I'd like to get to know you. And so your first grade assignment is, give me your name or nickname, whatever you want to be called. But note that it does help me if you will utilize, or at least let me know what name you're registered under with the school. A lot of times these online courses, I'll have people pick different names or nicknames, or maybe the middle name. And when I'm trying to do the grading, I don't see you in the grade book that you are enrolled at UCO with. So be sure to let me know what that is. So you should give a name or whatever you're registered under. But if you want another name, another nickname, that's cool too. But just kind of connect the dots for me so that I can find you when I start entering grades. And I don't see the name that you go by or nickname or the name that I know you by if you're going by a nickname when I try to put your grades at D2L. That happens to me every semester, and it throws me for a loop at first. Then your hometown. Yeah, I'm just, where are you from? Who are you? Your birthday. I don't really care about that. Just more of the month, see if one's coming up and we can, celebrate them. Major field of study, let me know. Are you a legal studies major, or are you wanting to go to become a lawyer? So I'll tell you a little bit about myself here in a little bit, but I have 3 degrees, as you'll see, and I'm an attorney. What your classification is. Let me know what your favorite course is overall. I'm just interested. I was a student for 9 years. I had classes that I really liked. I had professors I liked. I had classes I didn't like as much. And so that's where your least favorite course is. My study of business. Um, uh, Accounting tended to be a little bit difficult at times. Statistics, I remember, kind of threw me for a loop. And so, there are those courses that can give you trouble. I just kind of want to, like I said, get to know you and let me know why you're taking the course and something unique about yourself. Okay, so to that end, I'll kind of go through the assignment myself so you get to know me. My name is Jason Soper. Okay, I am an adjunct professor. Okay. I guess I'll follow my cursor up here. I actually have 3 degrees. I was, I guess I'll start down here. Actually, I've been in America my whole life. And I found that quotation, I am, have been, and will only be one thing, an American. That's from the movie Citizen Kane. If you know that character, Charles Foster Kane, that was his quote. I thought that was that applies to me too. Man, I've been here my whole life. I've actually been an Oklahoman my whole life. I've lived in Oklahoma my entire life. I am also, though I have dual citizenship, I'm a member of the Cherokee Nation. Um, I get that from my maternal side of my family. My grandmother, who just passed away at 97 years old, was half Cherokee, and her daddy was full blood. So that makes me an 8th, the way things have shaken out. I'm an eighth. My mom's a quarter. Granny was a half. But I've been active in the tribe. I have served as a gaming commissioner for the tribe, overseeing the casinos as an oversight, one of five, and I did that for over a decade. It was a pretty cool, interesting thing that I was able to partake in and learn a lot about. But I guess starting up here, let's go back up to the top corner if you want to follow my cursor. Like I said, I'm from Tulsa. I graduated from Union High School in 1990. Uh, I attended the University of Oklahoma, where I received my Bachelor of Arts in Letters, which is a mixture of history, philosophy, literature, two foreign languages, one modern, one ancient. Spanish and Latin were my languages. And from that, I then, needed to continue schooling so I could be employable. I mean, that's a joke, but actually, I learned a ton. It was a great degree. It made me who I am today, and it taught me all kinds of things, and just gave me knowledge of it educated me, right? So then I needed a more practical degree so I could get a job someday. So I went back home to the University of Tulsa, where I got my master's in business administration, my MBA from TU, and I emphasized it in finance. And I had a lot of prerequisite credits to make up with my bachelor's of letters degree. So actually, taking like 56 hours, I think, for my master's. But I did in 2 years, full time, undergrad prereqs and graduate work. And I say that it's funny because I finished my last final on a Saturday in August at TU. And then I immediately went to the university, back to Norman, to the University of Oklahoma College of Law. So where I ended up getting my Juris Doctorate, my law degree, graduating in 1999. And I passed the bar that year, and I've been working as an attorney ever since. And the way my legal career went, I became started off the district attorney's office in Tulsa, prosecuting crimes, then went into a civil practice. And in my civil practice, I did a lot of real estate law. That was my bread and butter of how I supported myself. Oklahoma is a unique state when it comes to real estate law. We are what's called an abstracting state, and there's a basically for any insured property transaction in Oklahoma, you have to have an abstract. You have to have a licensed Oklahoma attorney review that abstract. And so it's a steady work for attorneys in real estate law is to do title work. That's what we call it. And I kind of did that, fell into it, and got quite proficient at it. Ended up working at a major title insurer called First American Title in Oklahoma City, hired on to do their difficult commercial exams. Spent 13 years there, worked my way up to commercial counsel and then state counsel, I should say, in charge of all the attorneys in the company. And then I left for a competitor, Stewart Title. Stewart Title is also a Fortune 500 company, headquartered out of the Houston area in Texas. And I am now actually the division president of Stewart Title for Oklahoma. I manage and oversee the entire state operations that Stewart has in Oklahoma. So, but I, still, even as president, spend a lot of time practicing law up here and engaging in real estate. And that's what Stewart is. We're a real estate title insurer, transaction company. And so that's why I'm qualified to teach a class. This is what I do all day with my life, is real estate law. Anyway, so that's my educational background, my heritage background. These are pictures. I got married to my wife, Katie, when I was almost 33 years old. We've been married, gosh, going on 19 years this month. And there's Katie. She's actually a graduate of the University of Central Oklahoma as well. She got her master's in dietetics. She's a registered dietitian and she teaches at UCO. So if you do look us up, if you look up for Soper, you might find her number or her office on campus. That's not me. That's my wife. Like I said, I am an adjunct professor. I work downtown at Oklahoma City. You can contact me via email, right? Don't throw my wife for a loop by showing up in her office. That's not me. But that's our kid, Henry. We have one son. That's our little family. There's me, Katie, and Henry. We were up in New York over past spring break, grabbing pizza. Thought it was kind of a cool pick. I have something unique about I used to be, and I'm trying to get back into it. I was an avid runner for a long time. I've done several marathons. There's some pictures of me, and I won't be insufferable like most runners and tell you all about it. But there's proof that I actually did. There's in New York. I found that on my camera. I did the New York City Marathon, and there's my little GPS. Each of those dots are little miles, going up, running the New York City Marathon. And there I was in my Oklahoma shirt, representing the state, suffering on that cold day. But Henry is our only son, and so we do a lot with him. This little pic of him at the fair. He thought he was actually driving a car. That has been the background of my cell phone, wallpaper for the past 13 years. There I am taking to a Tulsa game. Here we are this last when he was much younger, right? Here we were at an OU football game this past fall. Henry is a Boy Scout, or he was. Well, he's a Boy Scout. He got his Eagle Scout. He earned his Eagle Scout rank, and there's when he started. He went from Cub Scouts all the way for his little Bobcat all the way up to Eagle Scout through the course of his adolescence. He's now 16 years old. He's a junior in high school. But at Boy Scouts, we've been to some high adventure places. Went canoeing up in Minnesota by the Canadian border. I think that picture right there is taken a quarter mile from Canada, where a little cursor is. It's really beautiful up there. We've been hiking, backpacking in the Rockies, and we have a lot of fun with Henry. He is a wrestler. That's his sport of choice. He goes to Oklahoma Christian School there in Edmond, right down the road from UCO, and he wrestles. He is looking at college. He wants to go to a military academy. So he has gone to wrestling camps at Air Force. There he is at West Point last spring break and Merchant Marine Academy. There he is, he and my wife walking to the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. The sun was coming up. Kind of cool photo. And speaking of walking, in addition to Henry, we do have a dog. This is Millie. Millie, she's the second dog our family has had. We had Parker. Parker unfortunately passed on, but we got Millie out of the pound. She's a little bit older, but we rescued her out of the pound, and she likes to walk like miles on end each day. So that's what we do. Like I said, I live downtown, so every once in a while she finds there's a highway pizza down at 8th and a Broadway, and in the alley she'll find like throwing away pizzas, and she likes to go to town on them. That's what the picture is there. So that's what I do. I'm a dad. I'm telling you this just to say, doing the assignment. Yes, I'm your professor, but I have a life and a family as well, and a lot going on with a kid getting ready to graduate high school, and wanting to qualify to be admitted to a military academy, which most of them are on the East Coast, except for Air Force, which is in Colorado Springs. So we'll see how that goes. He's working towards that diligently right now. And then some hobbies. This is kind of funny too, just to share with you more about my family. One thing that we did, and it took us 6 years to do it. Probably done it sooner, but because of COVID, it kind of drug it out a little bit. But we have actually, okay, I don't know, we have visited every presidential library in the nation that's managed or run by the National Archives, the official presidential libraries. And so it was kind of a cool thing. We kind of just fell into it. And there's 13 of them. Like I said, if you go to all 13, they have this little passport. They put a stamp in it each time you go. And once you go to all 13, the National Archives will give you this cool crystal paperweight and certificate of completion. But it gave us something to do, and we went all over the country. And I've kind of lined these up geographically. It's interesting. There's actually 6 of almost half of the presidential libraries are right here, bordering Oklahoma. You've got Eisenhower in Kansas. And it's really neat. Most of these presidential libraries are built on, a lot of them are built on the locations of where the presidents grew up. And most of the presidents are actually buried at the libraries, and a lot of them worked at the libraries. I think after their presidential administrations ended, they actually would go there to work, right? Because it's near their home. And so there's a lot of history there. And each one of these museums, yes, it's about the present, but they're actually little, I think of them as little museums of American history, right, of that time period. So it's actually really cool to go check them out. And it gave our family a reason to travel, basically across the entire country. Eisenhower is in Kansas. Truman is in Missouri. Clinton is in Arkansas. Little Rock. I think Truman's in Springfield, Missouri, and Eisenhower's in Abilene, Kansas. And then you've got three in Texas, right? You got LBJ's, Lyndon Johnson's, on the campus of the University of Texas in Austin. You've got George Bush Sr. Library on the campus of Texas A&M University in College Station. And then you have George W. Bush's Presidential Library on the campus of Southern Methodist University, SMU, in Dallas. Right. Then you have Carter's Presidential Library in Atlanta, Georgia. You have John Kennedy's Presidential Library in Boston. Franklin Roosevelt's Presidential Library at his birth home, where he was born, his home in Hyde Park, New York. Gerald Ford is up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Herbert Hoover's is in Iowa. And then you have Reagan's. That's actually Reagan's school. It has it has Air Force One in the museum. In I think Simi Valley, if I remember right. That might be right, but it's in California, and so is Nixon's. So, if you're kind of playing these out, we tackled Reagan, Nixon. We got all the ones around us done on various spring breaks and holiday weekends, and then we knocked out a trip to California. We got Iowa and Michigan knocked out together when Henry actually had a school. He qualified for a thing called Odyssey of Mind. They went to nationals in Iowa, so we used that to go see the presidential museums up there. We had friends who moved to Georgia, so we went to see them and knocked out Carter. And then this past spring break, we went to Boston and New York to finish off Kennedy and Roosevelt. So it's cool, and you get to go to a lot of neat places in the country. So I'd encourage it someday. My family's had fun doing it. So that's just a little bit about myself. You can kind of do something similar for the quiz. Like I said, I'd like to get to know you. It's that's one unfortunate thing about online is we don't really get to spend time getting to know each other as we would in a traditional class setting, but that's fine. It still works. It's just makes it a little impersonal, I guess. And so please take time to, I'm not asking you to go all out like I did, but put some time into your answers and let's get to know each other the best we can under the circumstances. Okay, well, that's the intro. We have coursework up for week 1. Just start that. I'll have an introduction video there as well. And like I said, email me if you have any questions, jsoper@uco.edu, anytime, 24 hours a day, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay. All right. I look forward to working with you this semester. Have a great semester and talk to you soon.